New details emerging surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's apparent suicide. The multimillionaire was in a Manhattan prison awaiting a trial on sex trafficking charges. An anonymous source close to the inner operations of the facility now telling the Associated Press guards in Epstein's unit were working, quote, extreme overtime shifts the morning of his death. The source claiming it's a result of staffing shortages. Epstein was on suicide watch after officials identified bruises on his neck last month, but he was taken off suicide watch at the end of July. Attorney General William Barr says an investigation into Epstein's death is crucial, saying it, quote, raises serious concerns that must be answered. All right, let's bring in a legal expert, our regular panelist, Bob Bianchi, who's a former prosecutor and now defense attorney. Let me ask you first, as a former prosecutor, what goes on now in the case and the victims?
Well, as a prosecutor, I am going to personally be looking for all of those other individuals who may have aided and abetted him in this massive conspiracy to solicit and human traffic underage teenage girls, and then get underage teenage girls to get other underage teenage girls, both internationally and through multiple states in the United States, and have them now indicted and facing the music.
I got to tell you, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but man, this is a very strange coincidence. Throughout history, you hear stories about different criminal gangs, mafia, etc., having people killed in prison. Does this thing stink to you?
Every unattended death is a murder case. Everyone.
Okay.
Stop jumping to the divining rod. You go to the scene, you're like, oh, it's a suicide. Oh, it's a medical event. I can't tell you how many times I stop people from making those conclusions, said back up, slow down, let's look at all the evidence, and if afterwards it's determined that it's a suicide, fine. But we had many things, Bill, that were written off as suicides and medical events that later turned out not only to be murder, but those individuals are now spending the rest of their lives in jail. So we need to go slow with this.
Thank you, Bob. We'll see you back here soon.
You got it, Bill.